in your bougie minds.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Just a Brown Girl in America. I'm your favorite auntie, Nikki. And I'll say hello to the panel. How's everybody doing tonight?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? How y'all doing today?
What up?
All right, we here with our Thursday night live. Don't forget, tap in, drop a comment. Let us know you here. We definitely want to hear from you and interact with you in the comments. We got new guests tonight. We got a couple of people that are out, but we definitely have our new guest, George. How you doing, George?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good.
We got Jamel, we got Spaces, and we have Amber Lynn, and we might have one more other guest joining us a little bit later. But I want to go ahead and get this first topic out the way. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe, please. Yes, that's always going to be nice. We want you to share this video, and you know what to do. So without further ado, we are going to get into the next topic. The first topic, not next topic, actually. All right, here we go.
A very strict rule when it comes to having female friends, and that is, if you are not my wife's friend, then you are not my friend. Many of you might see that as an extreme rule to have, be that as it may, there are reasons for that. Number one, dedicating time to another female that is not my wife just does not make any sense to me. Number two, if this woman is not my wife's friend, it means that we have a relationship that to some degree, my wife is not aware about. Tell me if that sounds appropriate for a married man. Number three, I might know my intentions, but I will never know hers. And that's a conversation that I would love to avoid. And number four, let's assume that everything is innocent, nobody catches any feelings, and my wife is okay with it. People still talk. One thing you will not catch me out here doing is putting my wife in embarrassing situations, and I will be damned if my character is called into question. And the truth is that a peaceful home is a blessing that not many people come by. I have it. Why would I jeopardize that? Now, if you are a mutual friend, then you are welcome in my home, and we will treat you like family. However, if my wife does not know you, neither do I. My brothers, we are grown men, and it's about time that we start acting like it.
All right. Seeing that you heard that. So my question to the panel is should it be okay for couples, committed relationships to have friends of the opposite sex? Do we think that's a issue that we are unaware of?
I think it's okay.
Well, I think it is okay to a certain degree, right? So when you of course, when you meet somebody, you have friends before them, you have a life before them, right? But if it's nothing that would jeopardize your relationship with the person that you're planning whatever with, and they can be introduced and all that or whatever, I think that should be fine. But if you have a friend that you just go hang out with, that's gonna raise questions.
George?
I mean, I kind of agree. I think you can be friends. Well, I don't think you should add. So say you end up meeting somebody new. Let y'all meet somebody new together. That's the only way that you should not add somebody. Like, I don't know. That's the only way that it should not be another female friend in a relationship. But if say you already had a female friend that she already knew about, I think that's cool. But say you ended up meeting Stephanie or Tiffany outside, and you was like, hey, you kind of cool. I think we should hang out. Then it's kind of stepping over the line. That's what I feel like.
All right.
We didn't hear Jamel's reason. He said he think it's okay.
I know he just said it's okay and left it at that.
Just left it at
that. Commentary behind it, nothing.
I was always gonna let one of the women say something first, at least to let one of the ladies go. So yes, I answered.
Well, it was actually a man that presented why he don't have female friends. So.
Well, I understand, but I think one of the things that's going to be separated is sometimes depending on how you work, when you adult and you have careers, you work closely with people at work in some cases, or in a lot of cases. So I feel like that's just weird that everybody you know at work know your wife at one time. I say that. Now I think after a while, after time goes by from work functions where family comes in, yeah, now they introduce and they done met your wife 3 or 4 times, and it's cool. But I don't know about just not having any friends, or like I grew up at church. When I got married, I didn't go to the same church. So people I grew up with, my my wife wouldn't know. So now if it's a situation where it's time to introduce him and keep it going. But if his reasoning is what people gonna say stuff regardless if you have friends or not, because that's what people do. Like I've literally seen situations like that where people were just talking out their neck. So
Well, it seemed like you talking more of associates or people that you just known through life. And I'm thinking we talking about the context of, can a male or a woman in a committed relationship have a so-called best friend or close friend that is of the opposite sex?
That's what I was going to ask. What's your definition?
I mean, I guess my thought is, I still think people have best friends, or they have friends that maybe the other person, it ain't that they might not know, but they probably just don't care about the friendship enough to get close to the situation.
We talking about, so go ahead.
So when you're in a committed relationship, right, and y'all doing everything together, y'all talking about doing life together, right? Because this is when you start switching stuff up, right? So when you talking about this kind of stuff, right, you think it's cool that your wife or your forever person is going to hang out with this guy that you don't have a relationship with. That's not going to raise any questions for you?
Well, for me, no.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
I don't believe so, because I believe that if somebody gonna do something, they gonna do something.
That is true.
We're not talking about
that's all I'm saying.
We're not talking about surface level. Okay, let's bring it home a little bit. Like, y'all in a situation, right? Y'all get into it. Okay. They go and hang out with this guy that you don't have a relationship with, but that's their friend. You still don't feel that type of way?
Like I said, I didn't live through that before. So with that being,
that don't mean you have
I've already went through
it. Just because you've been through it, that don't mean that you won't be mad as hell.
Man, I guess I'm just different.
You know what? And I thought that too. But I wish a nigga would. Period. Like, if you're not gonna go hang out with Sue over here that I don't have a relationship with while we in a space. No. Because you wouldn't want me to go hang out with a guy either. Period, point blank. Like, you're not gonna want me to hang out with nobody that you don't have a relationship with, or that you kind of just surfacely know. Like, oh, that's her friend. No.
All right, let's mix it up. What if this friend was an attractive person? Because I think that play a lot into it too.
Who have ugly friends?
I don't either.
I don't either.
Who have ugly friends? That's crazy.
Like who tells their friends that their friends are ugly?
No, you don't have to tell them, because you ain't got them.
They know.
People know. People, first of all, I think everybody being disingenuous. So I'm gonna just put that out there right now. First of all, people do have ugly friends. You know when your friend's ugly. So we are talking about regular people. Go ahead, Spaces, and then I'll give my little 2 cents.
First, I'm just trying to figure out where George is at. What's that hotel, bro? Put me on.
I just put it back.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey, it's kind of nice.
But no, I think I think it all depends on the maturity of the people involved, generally speaking. I err on the side of Drake's song "No New Friends," but I also am on the ultimately I stand on the point of for you as a woman, I am the only man that you need in your life outside of your father and your brothers. In terms of communication and all that, I'm the only man that you need. You
Right,
don't need
but why
any other
don't you
man.
want them to have no friends though? If it's not a problem,
Well,
No, he
that's what I
said
was
no
going
new
to.
friends.
right? You don't want them to have no new friends or no none of that if it's not a problem.
Well, I haven't gotten to that part yet. So the issue is, men know men, generally speaking, right? So men know that men are sexual opportunists. And if it weren't for the fact that 30% of men who take paternity tests find out that the child they're raising is not theirs, then there may be a level of trust that may be able to be introduced in a situation. But we like to, it's crazy to me in these conversations when we like to synonymize. We say, if you can have friends, only in situations when a woman can't do what a man does, do women try to say, I should be able to do that too. It's only in those situations. So if a man says no new friend, no, you can't have any new male friends. But if a woman comes along and she wants to be in my vicinity, then I should be able to. I should, if you can have new female friends, I should be able to have new male friends. There's double standards on both ends.
I guess I'll be. You
So
know what? I guess I'm different only because these chicks be super gay now. So she might not have no male friends and stand on it, but got all the female friends in the world. So I'm like, look, she probably gay anyway. I just don't know that other dark side or that other colorful side, whatever.
you
So
said
it's
she
like,
got it. You
it's
said she
like,
got a studs daddy.
yeah, man, or she like the films. You find
But
out
that
she a
don't
stud
mean
on
nothing,
weekends.
because it's a trend going around right now that
Studs.
that the lesbians mad because all the studs is fucking they so-called homie.
Yeah,
So
and it's
that's a
like
whole thing right there too. So
that's
can
a real thing.
anybody, at the end of the day, you are still woman and you are man. You are still a female and you're a man. I lean towards a side where now I always gotten along better with guys than I have women. So, but when you get into a relationship, for me, if the person does not know, like if your spouse can't be and hang out with y'all, or if they don't know this person or this person pop up out of nowhere after whatever, and you talking about this my best friend or we this or we grew up together or any of that foolishness, that's an issue. Because why is this separate from your wife or your husband? Why is that so separate? So
I
that
have a
is an
question for you.
issue. If we talk about friends that the wife is incorporated with or the husband is incorporated with and they already were there, we're going to say hypothetically grandfathered in before they even met this person, they've already been vetted, this, that, and the other, then I mean, you could lean on the side of, okay, this caution, but that dynamic of that relationship still have to change. You can't be on the phone, because we talking about people, you can't be on the phone kikiing it up, chopping it up all the time, hanging out, going out with this person. Like, that stuff has to change. So I do think that it will pose a problem in the long run, especially if those relationships are not a mutual relationship with all parties involved. If
So
it's
so
any
is
type of
I'm sorry, go ahead.
separation or break in that relationship, then that's an issue. It will become an issue. So ain't no man finna sit on this platform and tell me that if they got a woman that they pouring into, they paying the bills, they doing all this for her, and the kids taking care of all this, and then your woman be like, well, I'm finna go run off with Joe because we finna go to the club and hang out,
Bar hopping.
bar hopping or whatever. You're not finna sit here and tell me that that's not an issue.
Well, I don't think that's what we're saying, and that's definitely
Well,
not
I'm
what we
actually,
said.
I'm just saying as a panel a whole, I know what you're saying. You saying spaces that she can't have no new friends, but I can do what the hell I want to do.
No. And that's what I was trying to ask. Is the overall sentiment about this is secrecy? It sounds like what at least the ladies what I'm getting from the ladies is saying. If okay, let me ask you this, Miss Nikki. Let's just say a man, hypothetically speaking, that you're with, because I don't speak on personal situations at all. A man that you're with has a woman, and they go out in a year 5 times. You're saying, are you saying, and I asked you this too, Miss Amberlin, you have to be there every single time in order for that to be acceptable to you?
No, I use the word relationship. If your person doesn't have a relationship with that person, and they don't have to have the type of relationship that you have with them, but to just know the nature of, you know what I'm saying, to be comfortable in the situation or in your friendship, that's what I'm talking about. No, I'm probably not going to want to go with y'all, but I have to be comfortable in the friendship that you have with the person.
And that's what I was trying to get at, because I think let's just continuing on with the going out 5 times in a year. If you go out with the two of them 3 of the 5 times, would you be okay with the other 2 times being without you if you're comfortable with the friendship?
Yeah,
or the connection or relationship or whatever?
absolutely.
And I think that's what is, as it pertains to the guy in the video. I was trying to really be objective, really be objective. And to a lot of ears, somebody would say, yeah, that's how you're supposed to do. That's how you're supposed to do it. I think to an to how he was phrasing things, he's putting, it sounds bad. It's going to sound bad, and I know people are going to scrutinize me for it. It sounds like he's pedestal, huh?
You sound like you're a wife beater, but go ahead.
What? What?
She better not talk to nobody. Like he was saying what a man should do, but it sounds like to me he was just talking to his
I just
wife.
think he's pedestalizing her too much. In
Like,
terms of like it's like in order for him to move, he has to get her permission to. That's what
like
I was getting from the video.
Yeah, to me he used the men situation, because for real, he don't even look like he know what men do, but he like, men, let's grow up. Look, bro, you 12 years old. Ain't no way you really know what men do. And the first thing you say out of your young mouth, we can't have, who did this? Your daddy had a friend or something? Like, I don't know. It felt different. But it also felt
that's not what I got out of that. I didn't get that him pedestalizing her. I got him prioritizing his marriage over a friendship. I got him prioritizing his life over this. I got him prioritizing the respect and the sanctity of that marriage versus that. This is not worth more than this.
And I don't disagree.
I err on the side of where he at, that yes, if we have mutual friends together, or if this is a friend, you know what I mean, that's been there, but they have not been kept away from me, and then all of a sudden pop up or whatever the case may be, then that's fine. But even if you're talking about the 5 time spaces, even between those 5 times, I've probably interacted with that person multiple times before they like, I'm gonna just go out and hang out with such and such, and we're gonna go up here. Even if you, because I think some people would feel some kind of way if that was the case, and the wife didn't want to go, like Amber said, I might not want to go all the time. But what if they don't even offer you an invite? Do you want to come hang with us? Is that an issue, Amber?
It really depends on my mood, honestly. But again, it actually goes back to the safe space that my partner has created for me. And I may not even want to go no times. Okay. But the space that needs to be created has to be safe.
How do they do that?
How
would that look? How would that look for you?
Yeah, that's reassurance. That's, the person can come around. That doesn't mean I have to go out with them. I'm not saying that I won't develop my own relationship with the person. They can come around. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to go out when they go out.
But what if they never come around?
Well, then that's what we were talking about, the whole issue. Like if you go to be with this person that I've never even seen, but I just know that her name's Stacy, we have a problem.
And I think
I
that's
also are on the side of the part where he was saying, because I think this happens a lot too, where he does not want to be put in a position because he doesn't want to make his wife look stupid, even if there's nothing going on.
He don't trust
why would you put your spouse in a position to be looking stupid for whatever speculation, or like he said, to have his character question, or whatever the case may be, or you on pictures and all this hugging up on women and this and that all out. You get what I mean? Why would you put your wife in a place to have her looking stupid?
Well, I get that, and there are so many ways that you can actually dig into this video, right? But I don't want you to find your individuality in me.
It ain't. So that's not about individuality.
No, what I'm telling you is you don't have any friends without me. And we have to have our friends together. Right?
I think that's very invasive. Like there's no way for you as a person and your husband as a person to know every single person.
That's crazy to even think about.
We're not talking about every single person. We're talking about male and female best friends while you're in a relationship. We're not talking about every other person. We're talking about this person that your spouse saying my best friend or my whatever, and we're close, especially if they come up with them every 4 years. That's a problem. So
where'd that number come from?
I'm just
what if they
talking. I'm just saying, like, you got people then, oh, this my friend, you ain't heard. You first of all, the bitch wasn't nowhere before, or the nigga wasn't nowhere before this. All of a sudden, when school they popped up, you didn't invite them to the house. You didn't do this. No, you decide to go out with this person. Now you hanging out with this person. All of a sudden, you ain't heard nothing about this person. But then all of a sudden, I ran into such and such that I went to school with. This is my new best friend. No, that's not a thing. Like, to me, ain't no new friends. How do you have a new friend?
Creating the safe space. Like,
well, most people, we're talking about reality though, and most people are not creating those spaces on either side.
And that's,
I understand.
So
I can't argue with.
Right. So I don't think, and this is especially for men, what I hear a lot of men say, women cannot have a male best friend because at the end of the day, first of all, a man will sit on that and wait for that opportunity to open. He will screw her if she give him the chance. The only reason he is not screwing her is because he know he can't. But if she gave him the chance and was like, hey, what's up? I done seen people do little studies on this and do little games where they be like, oh, my male best friend won't do this and that. They'll call to see what happened, and he be, what? Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, a man is a man. He will fuck your woman.
Okay, but
that's what men saying.
We don't have to go with the stupidity. I mean, the girls know that if you give him a chance, he gon' smash. Period.
Okay, so that's what we're going back to. If you know this, right? If you know this, that this person got in the back of their mind, because we saying if you friends, there should be no sexual attraction.
Shit, what do you mean?
Well, then that's the problem. That's the problem. That's why men don't want you. What do you mean? Why would I be around a man that I know, first of all, will disrespect my spouse or my husband? Because I know in the back of my mind, he really want to fuck and he just waiting. And the only reason he there is because I friend zoned him.
Because there's other ways that she can be used to his benefit.
Like how?
Friends.
Because like
that person might be the launching pad, that if he having a situation with his wife or he want to get information on, was I wrong? Because I don't put my mom in my business. I'd rather talk to somebody else for the most part.
So you would rather talk to people that don't even have a relationship or know your spouse. So you will go talk to that person for them to tell you a bunch of things that they have no clue about, because they really only getting one side.
I think so. That don't even make sense. And the reason for that is sometimes your spouse might not be the easiest person to be like, hey, let me introduce you to somebody. And your spouse might not be that person that be wanting to be introduced. Or when you're trying to introduce them to new people, they always got an attitude. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times of that, you already know she ain't trying to be introduced. Why
And
keep
that,
doing?
but see, now you go back
Why
to
keep why keep beating the dead horse?
because now you're going back to what Amber talking about. That safe space don't be created. So
And
if that
that's
safe space ain't created, or if you already got indiscrepancies from previous things, or if you already done had issues, there's no way that you could bring to your you can bring to your
the
spouse,
lifestyle that
you can
person
bring
had
to your
before
spouse 3 or
was
4
so
other
toxic
new
it couldn't be
women.
true.
So like I said, grandfathered in, this is my position. If you meet somebody, they got these friends. I might not even care for them, but you care for them. I know them. I done met them. We're around. These are your friends. She your friend, whatever. Grandfathered in. Why you need new ones? Why are you steady
because
picking up women? Why are you steady? What is that? So
because
that's
different
just my
opportunities can come with
position.
that
I'm
person.
not saying you can't, because I get along with men too. And I do hang out, but I don't hang out with dudes. You're not gonna see me, especially if I'm in a relationship. Let's put it like that, where I'm just, oh, me and such finna go do whatever, and not even ask my husband or man or whoever, hey, you want to go hang out? We was thinking about going to her birthday party. That's just not a thing. Sitting up talking to the phone on the phone, kicking with the opposite sex, twiggling your toes, like that's weird. So for me, I get it. I'm not saying no, but I think that where we're messing up at as a whole in the relationships is communication. I think people don't go about stuff right, and people are selfish and prideful. That's what I think.
I think so. It sounds like the ultimate standpoint in all of this is setting a, a place of comfortability, having a conversation about what this person, the purpose this person serves in the equation. And the reason why I say that is because you and I, Miss Nikki, know a particular individual, and we talked about this before we went live. It's like if they're not here, we can't talk about them, whatever. You and I know of a particular individual that's like, hey, this individual brings this level of attention, which therefore benefits yours and my situation. Different people bring different opportunities, bring different connections. Oh, I'm trying to get into podcasting. This person that is a woman that knows so many people in the podcasting world or in the music world and in the media production world. So let's bring her into our fold so she can be comfortable with figuring out how she can use her resources to better benefit us. Or
But did you hear
this
what you
person is
said? Did you hear what you said though?
That's
Bring her into our fold, not
right. Yeah.
your fold, not the half fold. You said bring her to our fold, and that is a business relationship. But you got people that literally go hang out with other men and women that they spouse don't even know.
And I now that part I will not disagree with you or Miss Amber or anyone else. Like the whole point in this conversation is comfortability and familiarity. So when you start being secretive, that starts bringing questions to say, all right, why are you being secretive about this?
Absolutely.
So I don't argue that at all. I just think when it comes to it requires a particular individual to be able to bring another person into the fold and it be non-personal, air quotes, personal.
Yeah, that's true though. When you start being secretive, that's when the cheating starts. That's when, you know what I'm saying, you start confiding in them in a way that is inappropriate. And so therefore, boom, now you have a relationship inside of a relationship that you have to hide now. That is going to exemplify that this relationship now is out of bounds. Unmute you, baby. Unmute you.
Yeah, you're muted, Miss
Oh,
Nikki.
sorry. I want to show y'all something because while I was kind of going through this and researching this, I saw this one, but I didn't address it. But based off what we talking, it's kind of interesting. And I just want to see how y'all feel about what he says. So give me 1 second. and then I'll bring it up. Because I think this actually, I'm just interested in what y'all gonna say. All right.
Sense that you have a male friend. Make it make sense that you have a male friend. You go to friends for multiple things. If me and you in a relationship, you going to a male friend for something mental, you need him mentally. You going to your male friend for something physically, there's only 5 things you can go to him for. Yeah, make it make sense. You going to him for something emotional, something you can't come to your man about. You know damn well you ain't going to him for nothing financial. I wish you would bring $1 in my home from another man. So you can't go to him for nothing financial. And then you can't go to him for nothing spiritual. You're not praying with my girl. You're not praying my girl out her panties. You can't go to him mentally. You can't go to him physically. You can't go to him spiritually. You can't go to him financially, and can't go to him emotionally. What the hell is he there for? Make it make sense that you have a male friend. You go to friends.
All right. So, what do y'all think about that? Because I thought that was pretty profound, actually.
I think it's the same thing. Because that means, to me, if he says that, that means if they needed something, she couldn't ask her father. If they needed something, she couldn't ask her pastor. If she needed something,
that's not what
that's
he
what
said.
he said.
He said friend.
He said no man.
What?
He said man.
He said friend. What do you need a male friend for?
He said friend.
What do
y'all trying to make it all these other people the daddy that is the dad.
I'm only
and most
saying
of the
what
daddies
I
ain't even around, so we can't go to them.
Look, he said, make it make sense. Well, what you need this other nigga around for? It's only 5 things. So if he's providing all these 5 things, make it make sense on why you got this nigga around. I'm listening.
That ties into what I was saying about earlier.
Yeah.
30% of men who take paternity tests find out that the child is not theirs. And that's what, and I agree. At first, I was like, oh, please don't tell me this is another dude. Like 2 videos in a row of a man trying to pander to his wife to make her feel good. Like, come on. But no, he was right. Like, what purpose does this person serve? The only reason if a man comes and talks to you and he tries to get your number or whatever is if you send his number to me and say, you talk to my husband about. Otherwise, no, you use your femininity to disarm him, because femininity is disarming to men, to say, no, I'm okay, I'm married, I have a husband, and you go keep getting those groceries like the way I like it so you can get the food that I like for you to cook. Otherwise, he serves no purpose. And that's why I say that there is a difference in men bringing women into the fold versus women bringing men into the fold, because he's not looking at her as a business opportunity in the way that a male can. And I'm not saying that, a man may be looking at her as a potential fling, as a potential side piece. I'm saying that with a mature man, he's looking at that person, at the new woman that's coming into his fold, as a potential connection for him to better benefit the married couple, him and his wife. So it's different. It's a double standards for sure in this situation. But Buddy was right. No new man, no new friends, especially men.
You know what?
I feel like that's the same thing. I don't know, I guess. So you saying that men should be able to do it, but the women shouldn't?
I feel like it should be just trust in a relationship. Like,
but you can't have trust if you keep secrets from the beginning. That kills the trust.
But the trust even got to be, when I say the words, what if he couldn't even introduce to the wife or the other one, because it'll be an issue just off the introduction?
Right, but you're not, but you're going to that. But are you thinking about why is that particular energy there when you bring that particular situation up?
It's a lot of reasons.
You saying that you can't, but why is the other half behaving this way? Because it literally could have been something and things been going on prior to that will make them be like,
what if it's just
if those
what if
put it
it's
like,
just a
if the
woman
trust
being a
was,
woman
if
or a
the
man
trust,
being a man?
if the trust got tainted with earlier, anytime in that relationship, whether it got something to do with this person or friends or not, if the trust have been tainted already, you're gonna have issues in all type of places. You're gonna have issues in that, especially if they popping up out of nowhere. Like I said, grandfathered in, but to me, if a couple is married and somebody grandfathered in, that person would have been at the wedding if they was that important. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't making sense to me. I'm earning on the, and I'm with y'all because, like I said, I get along better with guys, but I also understand that I'm a woman and there's still boundaries. There is no way I'm going to be sitting up talking, because I do feel like if you try to shoot your shot, he going. It's simple as that. You having a bad night, you get into it. I don't think women should be that close. I don't think you should just cut everybody off if they're your longtime friends and if they ain't like beneficial to you. What's the point of having them anyway? Are they worth your marriage? If it's just somebody that you go hang out and drink with, are they worth your marriage?
I don't think they ruin marriages.
Let me pose this idea to you guys. The difference in this equation is when a man
Like,
is
let me give
approached.
you a real life. I'll give you a real life. I used to go when I started. I used to go out.
You cut him off.
Now I was just gonna say this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He probably had a couple. So
Spit it out.
I hear the speech slurring. But so I think this may help because it helps me. So the difference in the equation is when a man is approaching a woman, when a man is approaching a married woman from trying to get with her or whatever, he's looking for that woman to be his entertainment for a short amount of time. When a woman approaches a man or interacts with a man, she's looking to potentially replace his wife. That's the difference in the two. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's my whole point. So back to my question, George, because you've been quiet, after hearing all you done heard, is it healthy? I'm not going to say right or wrong. Is it healthy for committed couples and spouses to have close best friends of the opposite sex?
Like you said, if they already grandfathered in and say your wife already know the person, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Or if your husband already know the person, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But far as like what he said, no new friends. I don't trust no new friends. Cause at the end of the day, say she meets somebody new or say somebody popped up like you said, out of the blue, and you haven't talked to that person in like 4 years, 5 years, like where are you trying to, like, what are you trying to get to? Like, are you trying to get in my pants? Basically, for females, are you trying to get in my pants? Same thing with males. Like, I feel like I'm not married, so I can't really answer that question. But for example, when I was in a relationship, my ex, when I tried to introduce her to my female friends, um, she didn't want to meet them, no matter what. Like, no matter like the situation, far as like One of my best female friends hit her up trying to set up like a little lunch date with her and some more friends of mine. And she was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to do that. And yeah, that's where I'm. But
So
like I
I
said,
think with that particular situation, that's an individual situation because only of the context that they were grandfathered in first, and they also, as a woman, understood other women and initiated themselves that friendship. Now, once she blocked that, and that's a her problem. So I actually,
I
if
thought I
that
said the
woman,
same
like,
thing.
that's respectful to me. Like when I say respect, if say I walk up to a couple, I know the man, I never really met his wife. I might have heard or seen her, but now I'm meeting this person, but I know them. I'm not gonna walk up and hug your husband before I acknowledge you. I'm going to acknowledge you first. I'm going to speak to you, introduce who I am. That is going to make her comfortable and disarm her before I go to the person I know.
Can I super quick
I think people just
question?
don't have no respect.
Do you think how would the third person, the woman, how would she know one way or the other how she should introduce herself to the people in the marriage? How would she
Because
know
as
one
a
way or the
woman,
other?
you should understand, you should just have that respect. That's a respect thing overall. That's just if you're a respectful person and you understand people, how they think, the mind, how these things work, how you would feel if it was you. So you got to put yourself in all these. So for me personally, even when I met Anton at the meetup, when he
It
walked
was
in,
so fire. It was so fire, Miss
that
Nikki.
was
It was
fire.
so it was
But when they
fire.
walked in together, I was going to the bathroom, but now I'm like, did he acknowledge? He stopped me, but I saw Rita. So what did I do? I beeline to her and introduce myself to her and show her due respect. Then I went to Anton and acknowledged him. You get what I'm saying? It's just a respect thing. People need to know how to move in these spaces. That's what I'm saying. People don't communicate. People got pride. People don't have respect or don't know what it is. And a lot of us, honestly, just haven't even been raised in them environments or them two. You know what I'm saying? We not been taught these things, how conflict resolution, none of this stuff. We just haven't been taught. We haven't been taught how to see a healthy marriage move. We weren't raised like that. Most of us, not all. So I think a lot of it just comes from that too. So that's why we're talking about it now, because I do think that it's not a problem, but it can be a problem if it is not handled with care.
I think I don't disagree with you, Miss Nikki. I think when it comes to these particular conversations, and I mean, and this isn't a reflection of any one person or the next. It's just what I've noticed in these conversations. When it comes to a woman and check this out. Check this out. This is the analogy that I love to use. And people try to dismiss it, but it's realistic. I don't know if you've seen it, Miss Nikki, because you're on a different music level of my generation. Have you seen these Chris Brown concerts?
I seen you like the trend where they taking pictures and doing all that, paying all that money to have them hug on them and stuff.
Check this out. Women are paying roughly $1,000 to get bent over by Chris Brown, despite them being in relationships.
That's a problem.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like women don't care about the wife. They care about replacing the wife to get with the man.
That is so true, hoes.
I can
And that's
definitely
what I'm
agree with that. Women are manipulative and diabolical.
Well, first of all, a lot of
And
women
men are naive when it comes to a lot of that.
A lot of women are in survival mode, and that's all they've been taught. So you can't really fault a lot of them. Now that's what I will say. But the rest of them know exactly what they're doing, and they've been plotting and planning for God knows how long. And so, which goes back to we question the relationships that you have with said women. Sorry.
That's why I say I think these things just need to be handled with care. But I'm gonna go on to the next topic. Let me bring that up. I should have already had it up, but I didn't, so my bad. But that being said, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share to your friends. We here every Thursday. If you want to get on this panel, we definitely want some more women on here. We don't have to be like mine. We don't want an echo chamber. DM me at Nikki Green 2025 on Instagram. Email me, justabrowngirlinamerica@gmail.com. If you want to hop on the panel, tune in to us, like, share, and subscribe. So I'm going to go to this next topic, and then we'll go and see what we think.
100+ men telling you here that they prefer women that have lower body
all
counts.
Of them are delusional.
Taller. Would it be fair to say that in general, women prefer a man taller than themselves?
Yeah, that's true.
Would it be fair to say that in general, women prefer a man that makes more money than them?
I guess some. Yeah. I mean, they want the man to make money. Yes.
Would it be fair to say that women want a guy that is more confident and ambitious than themselves?
Yeah, those things. Yes.
Okay. What if I said that women are delusional for these inherent standards?
I don't think it's delusional to have those standards.
Stop the show right there. I don't think it's delusional that they want women that have low body count, because this is the quintessential example of what I mean when I say female standards are respected and supposed to be adhered to, whereas male standards are considered delusional.
All right, so you seen that, you heard that. So my question posed is, and like we're talking about double standards, are men's demands for what they want from a woman delusional based off of what women are requiring from men? Amber.
What? Girl, let me tell you what happened. I missed the whole question because I was paying attention to your comments.
Well, that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm not asking you to pay attention to comments. I'm asking you to be on the show. You don't have to communicate with them.
I don't have. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, so could you repeat the question? And Spaces, don't be laughing.
Okay. Next person, because I can't even. You didn't even. Did you see the video?
I saw the nobody else paid attention to it. What the heck?
None of y'all paid attention.
I was watching. I paid attention to it.
They saying the women cut the video off soon as they start talking. Soon as they knew they wasn't gonna win it. She was like, I ain't gonna even listen to what he talking about.
Standards.
There is a thing called the.
But I do have an answer for that though.
There's a thing called the delusion calculator. You can probably Google it.
What? I'm finna do it right now.
It's the delusion calculator, and the whole premise behind it is to input. I've never done it myself. I've seen it done. It was input the different things that a woman wants from a man, and you can type in the amount he makes, height, weight, whatever it is, and the calculations are based upon like how available to you the man that you say that you want is available to you.
5.8%.
And you know, and I've seen it done on multiple different fronts. I've never done it myself. I have to do it myself because I want to see it. I'm the kind of person that has to live on personal evidence of seeing things. I have to see things with my. That's how my brain works. I have to see things with my own eyes to help it process better. The absolute, like, as much as I want to disagree with Myron because he's done some crazy stuff that I've seen that I vehemently disagree with, In this particular video, he's right. In this particular
is
video,
this what
he's
you
right.
talking about, Spaces? No. The delusion, the female delusion calculate.
Yeah.
Y'all men out here diabolical in 2025. What is going on?
Age range.
Female delusion calculate.
Put my information down.
We want to find out if Amberla delusional in real time.
The Lulu.
Oh, let's do this.
All right, let's do
I'm
it.
down for it.
All right, what's the age? What's your age?
38.
No, the age. I guess this asking the age
Range.
Right.
Youngest to oldest.
range.
But don't put 20 because they are really the Lulu.
Youngest to
What
oldest.
is your
yours
age
youngest?
range, man?
30.
2.
That's it, 30 and up, or 30 to.
I only need
Go
a
ahead.
I only
Go ahead
need
and
a
say 45. Go ahead and say 45.
George said 45.
All right,
Just the fact that you have to ask this question.
right. Like
I'm
any
black.
color or shade you prefer: white, black, Asian.
I'm black.
You gotta prefer height.
For me,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm 5'6".
No,
But
your
What do you
minimum
have a
height for your
preferred
man.
height for a
Yeah.
man that you would be thinking about?
No, I don't.
So he can be
That's
shorter
when
than
I
you.
do 4'8".
Short Kings got a
You say he can't be what?
4'8". So do 5'5".
A Short King's got a chance then. Yes, go.
Cap. Cap.
All right. What's the minimum income he can have?
He cannot be making 16. You're gonna have to at least go to 50.
This yearly.
You're gonna have to at least go to 50.
50? All right.
I feel like you better have a good one. We'll see.
All right.
You used it before. This is new to us.
You're welcome.
Those are your probability of men, I guess, the dots. According to statistical data,
Well, it give you a percentage.
the probability of a guy of the United States male population is ages 30 to 45 that meets your standards. 5.2.
And they short and still don't got shit. That's crazy.
So that's 42.2% of all black men in that age range.
Well, I don't go off of those types of things anyway, so that don't matter. But go down and read what the rest say.
I think that
man,
was
aspiring cat lady.
Delusional score.
Yeah, because
3 out of 5 they called you an aspiring cat lady.
I do like cats.
Well, they mean you're gonna be alone by yourself with all of
Oh,
them.
I don't care about that either. Sorry.
That's funny though. But yeah,
don't pull nothing else out your little brain. And my brain just works like that. Don't pull nothing else out of that motherfucker. You hear me? Nothing. Where did you even get this?
Funny thing about it, I saw a video about it yesterday.
You know,
let's look at some of the comments from our people that's been hanging out with us tonight. We like to thank y'all so much. You can also send a super chat if you want to support the channel. So this person said, none of my women can have male friends.
Dick on the show.
All caps, that is D on the show.
Woo! Did y'all agree with that? Since y'all not talking, y'all are very boring tonight. So did y'all agree with that? Y'all feel like it's D on the shelf?
No, they agree. They said they woman can have all the male friends she want. All right.
What? Who said that?
So they can do whatever they want to do. Is that what that's about? Or what?
Yeah, Jamel said that. Spaces, you said that. Well, you said you can do what you want and she can't do nothing. That's what Spaces said.
What did
You want to be put it in the house? Making what? Yeah, hell.
Hey, somebody hitting on you right now.
Who? What? What? Who me?
No. He's talking about like he's 38. Well, he's like.
All right, here a good question. Are these
Joel.
married men? How is it that they don't know how to act when they have a woman?
Well, the issue is in the focus of, and as it pertains to, if you look at previous generations, there's an over focus of prioritizing women. Women are brought up to know how to be treated by men, and and men are brought up to know how to treat women. It's never the other way around. I'll say it again because I stumbled over it. Women are brought up to know how to be treated by men.
That's true.
Men are brought up to know how to treat women. It's never the other way around. We don't need to be married to figure out to know how to be treated by women.
I definitely seen a video today that literally said basically the same thing, that women were brought up to know what they want from a man, what they're supposed to get, how they're supposed to obtain it, things like that, but they're never ever taught how to cater, how to be a wife, how to do any of those things. So that's the problem. I can only speak for my culture, right? I mean, I don't know about any other ones. But that is true in a household full of women. We were taught to and how to obtain what it is that we need from a man. Never once did I hear how to actually be an effective wife, to build your man and all that kind of stuff. No. So that's a learn as you go type of skill.
I do agree with that. I say that all the time, actually, that men are treated, we raise our boys, and men are taught how to treat a woman, but women are never taught. They're taught to obtain the ring. They're never taught how to be a wife. They taught that they should be married. They're not taught how to be a wife and how to be married. So I definitely agree with that. Alphabet, the first one says men and women are not equal. So what applies to men don't apply to women and vice versa.
Facts, Alphabet. Alpha, the first one. Facts.
Amber, they said you're cute, but you got to take your age range up to about 50. You're 38. All right.
I'm not
that. All right. So that was funny. So the female delusion calculator. All right. So George, you ain't said too much on this. Jamel, is it a thing? Are females delusional? Are we having double standards? Which I think I believe.
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
Well, I think for the most part, in my opinion, most women in this world have dated older men. And that's due to the fact that most older men can do things that maybe a man her age can't do financially.
Or the maturity level.
Correct. Or the maturity level. But usually it's got something to do with the financial part. That's why the age ranges are there. Except when the woman is older, it shifts a little bit. But like, for example, because I see you making a face, and I think you don't have a lot of experience with women. But
oh,
well, who are you talking about?
I was talking about you.
What?
All he said was cougar. Don't be hopping on my man's like that.
I said, speak for yourself, my boy. Don't bring that over here.
I'm just saying. But
I mean, how many baby mamas I need to figure that out?
What happened? Don't bring what? What happened? I had to take a break.
Well, don't be taking a break because you lose things.
Like a lot of times, if you even in high school, when we were seniors in high school, a lot of the women that were seniors weren't dating seniors.
Nah, hell no. They was dating
chicks in 8th grade. They wasn't dating 8th grade boys. They was getting picked up from 8th grade too. The car lot be crazy in high school when school let out. Hold on. As we become adults, somebody like Shannon Sharp, date a young girl and they'll dog them out.
You just tried to slight jab me, and I'm not about to let that ride.
Well, you said I was drunk earlier,
No.
right?
What?
Yeah.
When you say I had a little something, a little taste, you
You
said I
did.
slurred
Oh,
my
okay.
words, right?
Here you go. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll chop it up to that because
So I
I'm on
think
record on my
everybody else
podcast.
forgot, but I didn't.
Who
I'm on
jabbed you?
record
What
on
did he
my.
say? What happened?
He
He tried
said
to say.
he drunk. I can hear the word slur and kept
I heard that. I'm talking about Spaces said Jamel slightly jabbed him.
He said he said you don't seem like you have a whole lot of experience with women. I could pull your girl.
Jesus.
Stop playing with me. Don't do that. I don't want to go
And I
there.
and I still don't
I want to
believe
have
you.
a cordial conversation.
No, I'm
I want
saying
to
you
have
did jab me first, though, right?
I can still hear
no.
you.
What did I do? Tell me that because I want to have cordial conversation. I want to have
All right.
honest
So
conversation. So tell me that.
I talked over you, and I caught myself talking over you, and I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "Go ahead," and you said something like, "I think he drunk because he slurred his words," not catching that I was just catching myself speaking over you, and I was just letting you finish your conversation.
I got you. You're right. I
But
remember
you
that.
didn't
And
say thank you. You said, "Oh, I think he drunk." So it was just jab
okay.
for jab.
I if I insulted you or made you feel a
I
certain way
wasn't
in that
insulted.
point,
I was
I'm a
just gonna
man.
get you back.
I'm a man, and I can if it seemed like a jab at that point, I do apologize for that from man to man. I didn't mean for that to be a jab. I genuinely thought it was like a matter of you drinking. So if I overstepped, I apologize for that.
I got you.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just making the point that, like, when a man like Shannon Sharp date a 22-year-old, it's looked at as he wrong. But I seen how much money Stella got her groove back generated at the show, and in the movie, Stella was 42, and the young man was only 19, and she was also powerful. You know what I mean? So I didn't hear things like negativity at that point. And that's not your fault, King. I'm just saying on that particular situation, it's just how it is. Like, we do a lot, and men get the bad end of the stick in just a lot of situations. Now, what happens? What I have noticed though, like I said, most women date from a position of she does want to be taken care of, and I think in a lot of ways she should be able to take care of. Whereas men, we are trying to look for a woman with a lower body count. We are trying to look for a woman that ain't necessarily been in too many relationships, ain't been married before, ain't been ran through. You know what I mean? You're trying to find somebody that can really just respect you.
You want them to be all of that when you're not? Because you ran through. You got a whole bunch of body count. I don't understand it. That's
It's
crazy.
different
But I'm
methods.
saying
It's
what we
different
looking
methods.
for. Women want a man with money because they might not have no money. So what's wrong with that? It's just you going, the woman might be thinking, wow, I'm going through all this by myself. I want a man to save me from this. Whereas a man might be thinking, I have all of this. I just want somebody to share it with. It's nothing wrong with it, but that's just how it's set up. A man looks for somebody to share things with, but he don't want to give somebody's last name and all his partners that ran through her,
My Lord.
right? And that's
I was
vice
just
versa with
asking for
women
the
too.
sake of the conversation.
No, I was just making sure. But at the same time, a woman in what I've seen will take a man that has all of those such things that she wants. She will go for the steal where somebody else said that to make it happen for her life.
I do think that it is and I don't want to call it a double standard because they give it such a negative connotation. But whether we like it or not as women, there are these set of unspoken rules per se that we operate under. So yeah, we would call it a double standard, but I think what Myron was saying, what Jamel's saying, basically, is why is it that a woman could say, I want a man who got this, I want him to do this, I don't want that, oh my God, his shoes, whatever the case may be. But as soon as a man starts laying out exactly what he wants in a woman or what he does not want, especially in Black women, we're going to talk about the community. When the men start expressing, because women been saying for years, just talk to me, say what you feel, da da da. But now they're saying it, and we're not used to them being so vocal. So when they say it, we reject it, and we be like, "Oh, you just a Black woman hater, or you hate your mama, or you a misogynist." But all he's saying is he wants you to be fit, he wants you to be soft, he wants you to be submissive. And I think that as women, we're not used to hearing those things. So now that it's kind of coming, like it's almost like a machine gun. It went from like nothing to like boom. And it's got a lot of Black women in a frenzy trying to figure it out. I will argue that as Black women, we need to start actually listening to understand. So when we do listen to these men and we hear them saying it, whether our feelings get hurt or not, because they do get hurt, especially if you start talking about the physical things. If he's saying, I want a woman that's built like this, I want this, I want her to do this, I want her to be soft, I want her to be submissive. What you mean submissive? I ain't submitting no, so it's all these things. But then at the same time, we be like, what's wrong with the men? But then they telling us. So I do think it is a double standard when it's on the men part. Why can't he say, I don't want a fat woman, but she can say, I want a 6 foot tall man and make $100,000?
What's wrong with a fat man?
That's not what I said.
I heard
she missed everything you said.
No, I literally heard exactly what she said.
I thought you didn't make it to the store for your wine.
Even on if a man says something, like if a man says something that's not what his woman might want to say. I've seen the quotes where I've heard women say, these men nowadays are sassy. Because why are you arguing with a woman? What? I'm trying to bring order to the house. That's not arguing. You know what I mean?
You saying the word ad hominem? Are you saying about the ad hominems women attacks they say when a man trying to exert his leadership or whatever? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just talking about what plan we're gonna make, or if it's disagreed. Like, for example, it could be a situation where we going to the Ozarks. I want to stay here. You want to stay here. The woman like, why are you complaining about, well, I want to stay at this hotel. Why you can't just go along with what I say? And the man could just be like, well, probably because I'm using my money. That's why I want to stay there. And it could be, but a woman might say, well, I ain't never had a man complain about what I wanted before. And the man, and it goes back and forth, and it does, and I don't know if I don't think it's sassy. I think it's just like, man, it's just weird.
That could be better to make the money.
Why did you say that, Black America?
I just think it goes.
Are you addressing Amber? Why did you say that, Black America?
I'll give a specific reason that I think about all the time. Biggie pulled Faith Evans.
That wasn't a good pull, though. Well,
and,
he was a good pull then, but she had made she was in an interview and she was talking about when I was young, I was mad. I mean, she did sleep with Pop. I don't want to say she didn't. She slept with his enemy. That's why I said it wasn't a good pull. She still was nice looking.
I never take that away. Like Faith Evans,
but I still think she slept with Pop.
Even if, he said it on the song. I forget what the song. It was a diss track, but he started the song with saying like, "I effed your beat in word." You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so and I don't recall her ever denying it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I listened to this thing on YouTube that would seem like it was anyway. I don't want to go there, but I was listening to a live stream earlier, and when it comes to a man's fatness, his heaviness, and all that, one thing that matters most to women is confidence. So if you are a confident man, no matter what it is that you have about yourself, you may have some bad teeth, you may have some dirty clothes, you may have some dirty shoes, you may have a peg leg or something like that. If you have enough confidence to appeal to that woman, it don't matter if you fat, bro. Just be confident in the fact that you're fat, and that increases your chances of pulling that woman.
But that's what I said. What's wrong with fat men? Now, I didn't miss anything that Nikki said. I did not. I did. I heard everything, but I was just wondering. Sometimes your intrusive thoughts win.
Well, George, anything on this? Oh, wait a minute. What you mean wrong? What we wrong about, or who's wrong? Black America. Talk to me.
I agree with that question. Wrong. I'm curious to see what he's going to say. Wrong.
I think he's talking about Pac. I think he's talking about Pac.
Because I allegedly, if he
put
says
this first.
Yeah, that was friends first.
Once he the enemy, he the enemy.
But it goes back to what we were talking about. They were friends first.
Like, I'll give you an example. I was dating a chick, and I got into an argument with my partner, and the chick I was dating was finna fight my partner.
I know Black America, as a woman, I have to disagree with that. Confidence goes a long way.
Let the women speak on it.
Yeah, confidence definitely goes a long way.
It definitely do. You could be the ugliest thing walking. You feel me? You got that confidence. You got that swag. You can pull the chicks that would normally be pulled by what they considered as fine men or a catch or whatever, right? So,
but the thing is, can they keep them? Like that confidence, you could pull them. Now you can get a lot of stuff. No, I think they talking to you because they want to know how you're gonna speak on that.
The real player doesn't divulge those details, bro. And the real player knows to not ask another player.
I think he's talking to Amber Spaces. Yeah. I really think he's talking to Amber.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Okay.
But I think he asking her, how would she know? Because how many women have you had sex with to know type thing. I think that's what he's saying. So, but how many, or is he talking to me? Because I'm the one said that I disagree, that I do think confidence goes a long way. I do. I think confidence goes a very long way with a lot of individuals. So I just say, be comfortable in who you are. Don't be too overconfident. Don't overcompensate for what is not there, because you will be exposed. That's a thing too. Especially with women and men, especially women, we actually think we are way better than we are. We are way overconfident when sometimes we should not be for the man that we think we want, but that's not even the man that we qualify for. So that's my take on that. Do anybody think I might? What did he say?
Yeah, I think
he's talking to Amber. I think I might have you guys. I'm talking about the lady. He talking to Amber.
And in these conversations, I have to honestly.
Wait a minute. What? Yes, that is what I'm saying. You women don't have sex with men. Maybe he mean women.
I'm not throwing shade, but I think the women on this panel have children.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying,
why you asked that we have children?
I think he's talking to Amber. He's been talking to Amber all day. I think
okay, because the guy's asking if she been sleeping with women or something. Okay.
No, I'm not telling him. People's personal information.
Well, he say he not okay. Can you just type exactly what we talking about?
Because that's right. First of all, y'all need to stop singling me out.
Well, Nikki knew who he was talking to.
I'm just saying.
I thought he was talking to her, but he's saying he's not talking to her. When he asked that question.
I guess he did say
confidence part. When I say I do think confidence play a big part, then he said, how many women have you had sex with? Are you talking to me?
I think he's aiming all of his questions to Miss Amberlyn.
No, he said he's not.
You talking
so,
to Nikki,
so
Okay,
the
maybe.
lady.
Okay, I'm just confused.
Yeah, me too. No, I don't sleep with women. I like penises.
oh wow. Don't put an S on that. Thank you.
So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But anything else before we end there? We have hit the 1 hour and 15-minute mark. George, you got something to say? You've been quiet. Don't be shy.
I mean, I'm not shy. I've just been taking everything in. Far as yeah. I feel like that's why some guys are going, as they call them, passport bros. I think
Mhm.
that's why they've been going out of the country, because they want the women to actually
Submit.
submit. So, and as you can tell, there's a lot of people like going to like I'm trying to think, Thailand or Africa or um, Puerto Rico or Dominican, because those girls submit, unlike the Western women,
And
as
I
they would
think,
say.
and not submit is crazy word. I think that they throwing that around, which I don't have a problem with it because it's biblical. But I think when we talking about the passport bros and just Americanized Western women, I think is more of just a more traditional woman is what they looking for,
Yeah.
which includes submission. But I'm just saying, overall, I think submission, America and Western society turned it into a dirty word. They don't really understand what that means. But I think what you're talking about, I think it's more traditional values.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we kind of spoiled over here in America as far as women, the things we get to do, the way they champion us. Now it's fight, 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 fight for the woman all these last few years. And it's kind of like pushing the men down here. And it seemed like it's almost being done purposely. So the women can be up here leading. They want to get rid of the patriarchy. So yes, you do have men you got men that's dating outside of the country. You also got black men that's saying they're not dating black women no more because they tired of the behavior and the culture, the attitudes, and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of this going on, and it ain't just in the black community.
It's
I
everywhere.
think this is
It's everywhere.
yeah,
I think it's like every race thing in the U.S.
not every race.
Well, not every.
No, I'm
Different
gonna say black and white
Okay.
people.
different conversation, but it's not. It's heavily prevalent with black people for sure.
Well, yeah, because we mainly the ones not married and breaking up our families and having all these kids out of wedlock and broke. So
And talk back and don't know how to shut the up.
yeah, so
Except
that's kind of what it is. But this is what he said. What I'm saying is, women don't have sex with women. You don't know what it takes to get a woman.
Well, explain studs and lesbians. I'm confused.
I'm confused because
I am
I know
confused.
some females that can pull females that's straight.
And on top of that too, right? And it's a little bit of a stretch in the conversation. If a man and a woman are married, if there is another woman introduced into the marriage, I find that people are saying that it's better for the woman to approach the additional woman than for the man to produce the additional woman. So
That is
I don't
true.
understand. I am confusion. I don't get it.
So,
Yeah, you heard that TikTok too. I'm confusion.
I'm trying to.
I think that you don't know what it takes to get a woman, and I'm gonna only say it's probably not easy just based off what I'm learning about women and us and our minds and how we think and operate. It's probably a very difficult thing as a man versus it would be as a lesbian woman to approach, because a lesbian woman, they're still comfortable in that and they still operate out of that. As far as a man, women will take men through all type of bullshit hoops. You know what I mean? Or play games, or well, he ain't call. Well, I ain't gonna call now. And you know, all these things that happen behind the scenes y'all don't know about. So I would say it's probably difficult, depending on the man and what's going on in the woman you approach. And it might be difficult to pull the woman. I don't know. What do it take to get a woman? I don't approach women. So I don't know. Is it hard to get women, pull women, date a woman?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's different
Just
for
depending on
guys
who
and
you're trying
girls because guys are used to the possibility of rejection than it is for women. If a woman goes up to a man, like a lot of women like to say a man is easy, which to a fair point is true. But when a woman goes up to, like, women aren't used to going up to men because they're not used to being rejected, potentially being rejected. You can definitely find videos on YouTube of women talking about how they went up to a man, they got rejected, and they are completely second guessing their entire existence.
Well, that's why I would never approach a man.
So, and I think that's what, in this case, what Black America is saying. Women don't, generally speaking, women aren't the ones to approach. Men are. So they don't know what rejection looks like. They don't know what it's like to be with a woman physically. They don't know a whole lot of that stuff because that is the stuff that men deal with.
Well, we know what rejection from a man feel like.
Well,
are you saying just initially saying like when you're trying to date? Because after that, rejection from a man comes in all forms. So
yeah, in the initial reaction is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the initial interaction. So, all right. Anybody else? No. All right. Well, with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We had a good crew tonight. Let's get into crew. Some people were off. They had some things going on. Join us back next week. We will have a full panel. Check out my reactions. Go look at some of them videos. We do social issues, political, current pop culture, and of course we are trying to get the Black community in order and trying to put these families back together, get our young kids on track. So join the conversation, join the panel. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share this content, share it with your family, share it with your friends. I'm just another brown girl in America, and I'm